This is it, the big day. You get any sleep?
Yeah, I went to bed at 1 a.m. or so.
Oh, what time did you wake up?
3 a.m. Same, brother. Same.
That's only 2 hours, Apollo. Well, at least you have me. And the amazing Mr. Hat.
Here's looking at you, kid. Good luck today, Apollo. That voice. Hey, get any sleep? Mr. Wright. I was going out of my mind with boredom, so I signed myself out earlier today. Somehow that place makes fake piano playing at the King Pastor joint almost seem fun.
Daddy, do you know who prosecutors Gavin's witnesses today?
Take a guess.
Little Plum?
That's Sherman Tank of a mum? Nope. Guess again.
That's too bad, you know. Speaking of mums, you need to find me a new mummy one of these days, Daddy.
It's barely morning and you're at it already, Trucy. Okay, see, this is why I don't buy their father-daughter relationship. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecution's witness is? Alita Tiller, your client's fiancée. She's going to be a witness?
That seems odd. Why'd you testify against her own fiancé?
You have to wonder what Gavin's up to. Something's going down today, that much is clear.
Not to worry, I've got my underwear back. If we can't find a killer, I'll pull one out of the...
Stop with the underpants stuff, please! Court is now in session for the trial of Waki Kiati. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is warmed up and it's a sold-out house. Very well, to recap, well, yesterday's witness seemed more guilty than any other party.
Guilty of panty snatching?
We did find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder. The witness, the victim, and the defendant. Correct, her judge. On today, I'd like to do something a little new age. I'd like to look at the whole of crime from the outside. The outside? The acquisition of the murder weapon, the perpetration for the act. Our poor defendant told all, you see, to his betrothed. His betrothed? His fiancée, her judge, his partner for life, with no chance for parole. Very well, you may show the lucky lady to the stand. Your name and occupation, Fräulein?
Alita Talia, my occupation, his future wife.
Traditional values, I respect that. Too many brides these days not even weave baskets blindfolded underwater. Yet you're here today as a witness for the prosecution?
To be honest, I didn't want to testify at first, but I couldn't hide the truth.
Honesty, another admirable trait. Fräulein, is it true on the day of the crime, the defendant, Waki Katiki, confessed his plans? His plans for murder?
Yes.
The witness will please give her testimony to the court.
It was the day the family health checkup results came back. And Waki found out Dr. Mirkatis had lied, he flew into a rage. I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Waki could have done it.
So the pistol did belong to the Kitaki family then? Yeah, with regards to this, an investigation's underway at the Kentucky mansion on charges of possession of illegal firearms.
And the boy that took the victim's life, was it?
Fired from the pistol the defendant procured? Yes, it has been proven.
How can you prove something like that?
Yes, we know about fucking ballistic markings. Or rifling marks as they're being called now, apparently. A gun's fingerprint, yes. And when did you first hear about Wocky's plan?
It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. I just didn't think he would actually do it.
Very well. The defence may begin the cross-examination. That was the day of the murder, correct?
Yes, everyone in the family received their checkup results that day. When Wocky looked at his face, went so pale.
But of course, he just found out about he had a bullet across his chest.
So, you were there at the time?
Yes, poor Wocky.
That must have been quite frightening.
He was furious. He ripped his report to shreds.
Incidentally, I had to request another copy to file as evidence. A bothersome chore, but one I perform without complaint.
Wocky's at an age where he's hard to control when he loses his temper. Of course, a little bit of instability is so cute.
Great, now he sounds like a psychopath. So did he just take a pistol out from the house?
Not really. I think there's a system in place to limit access, but Wocky's a special case, being the next in line.
Perhaps his treatment was a bit too special, yeah?
Well, maybe he's a bit spoiled. I hear he got amazing presents for his birthdays. Last year was a switchblade made out of chewing gum and chocolate gravestone.
Sounds like he has a taste for sweets and danger. The point here being Wocky had access to a pistol. What happened? Me and the murder?
I tried to stop him, I really did, but Wocky wouldn't listen.
Our defendant was nothing if not determined, it seems.
The last thing you should do is blame yourself, miss. How can you say that for certain? How?
Her forehead. You'll refrain from badgering the foreline. It was the defendant, Lockheed, was it, who took the pistol from the home. We know this for a fact now.
I suppose we do.
So, how could anyone else have used the pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. It's simple logic, yeah?
That does seem to be the case. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point?
No. There is another.
Based on your testimony, there was clearly another. One other person had access to that pistol.
What's this?
Interesting. Let's ask the defense then. Tell the court who this other person with access was.
Take that!
What's this?
Huh? The boss and his wife?
Ah, an unexpected ploy.
Apollo, that can't be right. Why do they want to frame their only son?
Oh. On his parents' behalf, I'd like to give you a penalty. Oh. Carry on, Mr. Justice.
Poor Miss Talia, I can't imagine what it'd be like to be in her position.
I'm a little more concerned for her fiancé. Why would she testify against him like this? Well, of course, I mean you, Miss Talia. Again, didn't go with the gut, overthought it, and got a penalty. Why do I keep doing that?
Me? But why?
You were quite clear when you told the court you heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning.
Objection!
Excuse me.
Let me get this straight. You intend to tell us that this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé? Or killed a man in cold blood on his behalf? I've heard of people doing strange things for love, but this?
It does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. I'm all for romance and for supporting a partner in life, to be sure. But I think I'd hesitate at murder. I'd hope you'd do more than hesitate. But what if a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim? We might find that she had personal motive beyond wanting to help her fiancé.
That would put things in a slightly different light. What possible connection are you suggesting here?
You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think the police never looked inside that safe.
I've evidence showing a connection between the witness and Miss Talia and the victim.
Take that!
It looks like a medical chart. Found inside a safe at the Miakatix clinic. I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names written on the chart. What? Miss Talia? Why is your name on this chart? Well, care to explain the meaning of this, Miss Talia?
I'm not sure what you mean by meaning, Mr. Justice.
Our warm little fiancé just froze over.
I was on staff at that clinic until half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit. That's all. Is there a problem with that?
Miss Talia, you testified you had no connection to the victim.
And I don't. Now.
Now?
I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection. Let me guess, you're the kind of guy who can't rest until he knows every last detail of his girlfriend's past. Am I right?
That's not true at all. Why, I embrace the ones I love past forward and all. There is no connection now. Doesn't fly in a court of law.
Doesn't fly?
Oh, she's one tough nut. She probably feels right at home with the Kitakis. You left your job at the Miakatix clinic, true, but you remain connected somehow. Very well, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that proves the witness is still connected to the Miakatix clinic.
Take that!
These sandals were found in the Miakatix clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they?
Well, who knows? I'm sure there are lots of people with those sandals.
So sorry, Fräulein, but your act isn't working. Your moment of hesitation now just cost you.
What's with you? I thought you were on my side.
Perhaps you're unaware of toes leaf toe prints. A simple analysis of the sandals will reveal all.
Well, now we see your true colours. I was wrong to cooperate with you from the beginning. I wanted you to help get Rocky back on the straight and narrow.
This court thinks you need to worry less about Wocky and more about yourself. It sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story. Your sandals were found at the entrance to the clinic, which means you went there the day of the murder.
Well, there's little point in denying it.
Very well, the witness will tell us about this visit. Why did you go to the Miakatix clinic on that day?
I did go to the clinic that day, my first time in half a year since I quit in January. I went to warn him after all. I knew Woggy had the pistol. The doctor always was a always was a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. Where else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secret. I want you to tell him to be careful as an old friend.
By mistake, you mean the mistake we heard about from the defendant? The botched operation?
He was a timid small man, but I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know.
That does make sense.
Yeah, but there's still one thing which does not.
What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
The sandals left in the lobby, of course. We can assume she wore these sandals to the clinic, yeah? Why'd she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have worn them home.
I would have worn those sandals home too.
So why were the sandals left behind?
You pointed out the contradiction before me.
There's probably a good explanation for this fight, Miss Talia. Say, for instance, there happens to be a similar pair of sandals that you wore home by mistake.
Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin.
Oh, it's nothing. There's after all no other possible explanation, yeah, foreheads?
Oh, what the... No fair.
He's filling the holes in her testimony.
The defence may begin the cross-examination.
Hold it!
Around what time did you go to the clinic?
I don't remember exactly, but it was after 9:30, I think.
And that was the first time you contacted Dr. Mirkatis in half a year?
Of course it was. He wasn't the kind of boss you made friends with.
So why did you go to the clinic that day?
Hold it!
Did you want Dr. Mirkatis to run away?
After I failed to stop Woggy, I thought it was the only other way I could avoid the problem.
Couldn't you have called while going in person?
I called several times that evening, but no one was in.
The victim was busy driving home till after 9 p.m. that night, remember? This was proven by this mirror yesterday, yeah?
I thought if I warned him, he would run away for sure, knowing the doctor.
Hold it!
You mean the act of malpractice on Watty, correct?
If he just told Woggy the truth in the beginning, none of this would have happened.
True, the operation was the start of this whole affair.
Of course, if he told him, he might have been erased by the Kitakis much earlier.
A disturbing thought.
We know the Mirkatis clinic had ties to the Kitaki family. He probably couldn't have gone to the police even if he wanted to.
That's why I knew I had to warn him.
Hold it!
No dark secrets, eh?
What? Look at me however you want, Mr. Justice, you won't find a thing.
She's hiding something, I know it. I must have some evidence that proves it too.
You're free to think whatever you like. I went to the clinic with only one thought in mind.
Hold it!
But then you'd be betraying Watty, wouldn't you?
No, I did it for him, for us.
She went to warn him so her fiancé would not commit such a crime, yeah?
I didn't want them to take my Rocky away.
There's no way she went to the clinic just to warn him.
Do you know why she went to Apollo?
Trying to figure out what really happened in that clinic and fast.
Objection!
Ah, okay.
Your Honour, what do you think about the witness's statement?
I'm not sure I follow you. It clearly contradicts. I thought. You don't sound very sure, Mr. Justice. Objection overruled. Dark secrets.
Objection!
This chart was found inside a safe in the doctor's office.
Yeah?
Why this one chart be in that safe? Miss Talia, you know why it was, don't you? Mind filling me in? Dr. Miakatis didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away. Oh, batter, Doctor. And this is where you come in, Miss Talia. The nurse who filed the chart was you, which means you knew about Wookie's failed operation. Interesting. You're in the same position as Dr. Miakatis. Kind of makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it?
You're bold for a novice, I'll give you that. Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor's responsible for the chart's contents.
This chart business seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly.
Too bad, little attorney.
My bracelet's reacting again.
What is it, Apollo?
I felt my bracelet tighten just now.
Your bracelet?
Just like yesterday, like you said.
But I can't see anything, Apollo.
Huh? Then what's my bracelet reacting to?
Maybe... Yes, that has to be it.
What has to be it?
Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine.
Huh?
I can't see it, but you can sense it.
I don't know about that, Trucy. I don't have some kind of special power or anything.
Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Talia's testimony. We don't know what her nervous habit is.
What do we do?
You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo, with your eyes and your senses.
And it's up to me and my bracelet. I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Somehow, touching it helps me focus. Let's give it a shot and bring down that testimony. Ah, she fiddles with her ring. There we go.
Gotcha!
Why go to the clinic for a year? Oh, for fuck's sake. Why go to the clinic for a half-year-old chart now, you ask? But you know why you'd go now, don't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was quite clear, Miss Talia, you have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you used your right thumb to fiddle with your ring.
What?
She was unsure. I saw it. Now, that's the key word. The chart wasn't part of your past. It's a clear and present threat.
That's ridiculous. Well, if that were the case, I would have had 6 months to do something about it.
Indeed.
Huh?
Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that chart a problem for you now. I've got her on the ropes now, I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow with evidence. Miss Talia, there's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now because of this.
Take that!
Because of what? Eyes of a hawk and the brain of a toad.
Ribbit, I can't lose this now. Come on, Toad Brain, one more try. The chart wasn't part of your past, it's clear and present threat. There we go. A health checkup belonging to the defendant. The Kitakis are trying to get out of the business, and the health checkup this month was their first ever. What do you think when you heard about this?
Nothing. Why would I think anything?
Oh, I think you were positively beside yourself. Because you were afraid. You knew that Wookie's chest x-ray would reveal. A full half year passed since the operation. You thought you were home free when the chart came back to haunt you.
Ah!
That's all, Your Honour. What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying?
I sensed it. There was a great aura emanating from her forehead. Very cool. So the lady was lying, it seems.
That's correct. She said she had no connection to the Meerkatis clinic. But the connection was deep indeed, a bit too deep. If the Kitakis got all of this chart with her name, she'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Talia?
You guessed it.
Order! Order! I did it. I broke a testimony.
Amazing, Apollo. I didn't see it at all. Daddy was right about you. Wait.
Miss Talia?
It's true the chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told her about Wookie and went home.
It appears the cross-examination is far from over.
What?
See, the truth from us, this is clear, yet it's not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case at hand.
Very well. The witness will add this to her testimony, and we'll have a bit more cross-examination. Oh, I was so close.
You're still close. Keep on her, Apollo.
How did Dr. Meerkatis respond to this warning?
He was quite surprised, panicky even. He wouldn't be scared to learn a Kitaki was after them.
Incidentally, this court is not afraid of any mobsters. Why, we had a life-threatening situation just yesterday right here in this courtroom. Yeah, really impressive the way you stuck up to the attack of the amazing Mr. Hat, sir.
After which I carried you back to your chambers.
Sounds like the judge had quite a fright.
Nothing happened in Dr. Meerkatis' office that day, huh?
What about the mess we found? Something definitely happened in that office, Apollo.
I know, but we can't prove when it happened. Nor that Aletta Talia was in any way involved.
Let's try putting some evidence up anyway.
The There's no way she went to the clinic just to warn him.
You know why she went to Apollo?
Trying to figure out what really happened at that clinic and fast.
Objection!
You say nothing happened in the doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this.
What's that? Looks like a squashed up ball of clay. Kinda like you, actually.
This bullet was found in the Mia Catis clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Talia.
Objection!
Enough of the joking around. The police investigated the clinic.
This was stuck inside the doctor's safe.
Inside the safe?
I guess the police didn't check that far.
Objection!
But there is a problem. How can you say the bullet was fired on the day?
Weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? The pistol was taken from the Kitaki mansion that day. If the marks on this bullet match the murder weapon, this proves a firearm was discharged in a bullet on the office the day of the murder.
Not bad, her forehead.
Bailiff! Have this bullet analysed immediately! The rifling marks on both bullets are identical. Well, it seems as though the bullet was in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defence would like to state their position. The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in the office that day. At the time of firing, the safe was open. The safe which contained the top secret chart. Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Mia Catis in order to open the safe? Only one person is in position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Talia. Order! 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 Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness? Alita Talia knew about Waki Kitaki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if she married him and then the bullet finally reached its destination? What?
That reminds me. Apparently the Kitakis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money. A fortune, if you will.
Nefarious! So she planned to marry him just to get her hands on this fortune? You keep talking trash about my Alita, and I'll sue you, lawyer man. Huh? Me? Yeah, you said you abused my Alita. I think you mean accuse. Same difference. Well, you can't have her. She's mine. It was me. I shot that doctor. Me. He left me to die, so I left him to die too. There in that part. Okay. Just cool down a second. Keep your hands off my Alita or out. Miss Talia?
I'm sorry, it's been so long since I laughed so hard.
Something funny?
Waki, wake up and smell reality.
Alita, baby?
The signature on the chart, the engagement. I mean, come on, it's so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself.
Alita? Your honesty is like a breath of fresh foul air, Fräulein.
Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean anyway.
So the family fortune's what you're really after?
That's right, I wanted the money.
No way, that's whack. I ain't trying to hear that.
Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question?
Who, me?
I believe you said you were going to abuse me.
Accuse.
Of what crime, might I ask?
Huh?
Oh, I'm a bad girl, sure. I got close to that brat because I wanted his money. But he was the one with the pistol. He could have fired into the safe after I already left the clinic.
What?
I'd never do a thing like that. It was definitely the silly brat.
Wait, but...
What are you talking about?
Trucy?
You had the most to lose if the chart was found. But I didn't have a pistol now, did I? Well, you could have taken Wockies. You think he'd have mentioned that, no? All I heard him say is it was me, I shot him.
That's only because he's trying to protect you.
Sorry to interrupt this lovely conversation, but the two of you are forgetting one critical point.
What point?
Certainly the Fraulein wanted the chart. You assumed she threatened the doctor to open the safe, but then, once she had taken the chart,
Oh,
you see, the chart wouldn't have been left in the safe.
He's right. Miss Talia,
yes.
it is clear to this court you are not a very good fiancé.
Oh, I'm flattered.
Perhaps it's time you told us the truth. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day. Don't forget, we've proven you were at the Mirkakis clinic on the day of the crime.
Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof I stole the pistol, do you? And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Mirkakis was shot in the temple or not.
You went back later.
The chart was dangerous, you understand. I needed to get rid of it. That's why I went that day.
But you couldn't get the chart then, could you?
And later that night, Dr. Mirkakis was shot. I heard about the shooting, waited a day, but then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place.
Ah, that was you? So you were the burglar?
That was you too? Oh, if only I had one more minute. I could have opened the safe and gotten the chart.
What? That's trespassing and brazen at that!
Oh, is this trial for trespassing now? Besides, you can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself. They are gangsters, you know.
In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination. Admitting the little crimes will avoid the big one, eh?
Hold it!
Why that day?
The brat was uncontrollable. He was ready to kill. And that would bring the police. And that shot would have become evidence. And I'd be hung out to dry. But the police didn't check the safe, did they?
Well, they thought the crime scene was the park.
I'll make sure the responsible parties feel the heat. Such sloppiness won't be tolerated, yeah?
I'm kind of thankful for that sloppiness myself, actually.
Hold it!
Later,
When I heard what happened, I was too scared to do anything that day. I waited until the day after, the 16th, was it? Of course, you and that meddling kid had to get in my way.
but why did Dr. Mirkatis keep the chart around? It was clearly dangerous for him. He could have burned it.
Because he's a coward. The chart was his insurance.
Insurance?
My signature on the chart, to be more specific. That made sure I couldn't betray him.
Hold it!
But you could have stolen it.
Could have? Is this a new definition of proof?
Well, that's what he'll tell us.
Might I remind you this is a cross-examination? You might want to keep your basis theories to yourself.
He's right, isn't he?
Hold it!
Yeah, but...
But what? You have nothing to say? The case is over. It was over the moment the brat was seen in the park. What's the point of dragging it out any further?
Hold it!
The doctor was shot in the right temple, yes?
So it seems.
Let's review the facts again, shall we? If the killer shot from this location, the bullet would have struck the victim square in the forehead. However, the entry wound was in the right temple.
Yes, we had testimony on this yesterday. At the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here. Just before the gun was fired, he shouted. The victim turned his head to look and was shot.
Objection!
No, Judge, we went through this already. That testimony was proven to be a lie. Our egregious panty snatcher, Mr. Stickler, did witness the crime, but he was standing to the north, next to the trash can where he tossed those pantaloons. If Mr. Stickler shouted from this location, a bullet couldn't hit the right temple.
Silly, silly attorney.
What?
Do you remember what you had for breakfast that morning?
Do you remember, Trucy?
I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. What matters is one thing. The doctor was shot in his right temple. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. The panties guy is mistaken.
But his location was proven. You can't write that off as being mistaken.
Then why don't you show us her forehead?
Show you what?
Must I explain everything? Very well, let's see cap. If the victim's panties guy was standing to the north, then there was a shooter standing. From what location did the killer shoot the victim?
Wait, if the witness was standing there, could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple?
I merely laid out the facts for us. It's up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us. If you can, that is.
Waki Kinati was standing at the killer mark. Wesley Stickler was at the witness mark. And of course, Palmir Katis was at the victim mark. Let's hear what the defense has to say. Where was the killer standing when they shot the victim? As the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime without contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location.
What are you talking about? I don't see any other place.
Apparently, Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where in the pod did the killer shoot the victim from?
It's time to face the wolf on the stakes. Huh? Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? What if they were a bit more terrifying? Like so.
Double penalty?
Her forehead wishes to take us in another direction. You must be ready for the times ahead.
Challenge accepted. It's justice time.
Are you sure, Apollo?
The key is the witness, Mr. Stickler's testimony. If we believe that and we know where he stood, and the victim turned when he shouted, there's only one place the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here.
Take that!
This is where the killer shot from. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. None of us did, Your Honour.
All this explains the one on the White Temple how?
I hadn't thought of that. An amusing diversion, Mr. Justice. Penalty. Now I've got to sit through this again.
Yeah, I'm losing, like your career, Mr. Justice.
Fine, rub it in.
Perhaps you'd be so kind as to try again.
Take that!
Oh, fuck's sake.
Take that! Take that!
No. I've got no idea with this one. Think I'm going to have to look this one up.